Hearing their words, Ningtian quickly tries to stop them and says, I really don't want to. Then Yuqin speaks up, TSK. I'm just teasing you. Ningtian lets out a long breath and says, you had me worried for a second. I almost didn't know how I was going to explain this to my wife. Princess Yueling walks over to Yuqin and says to her, you mischievous girl, how can you say such embarrassing things so easily? Then Yuqin asks Princess Yueling, the patriarch is a generous man, he won't hold it against me, right? Ningtian suddenly leaps from his boat and says, let's move out. We need to head to the assembly early, and reclaim the energy of the heavenly god's sacred pool before the 10,000 swords son of God uses it all up. Meanwhile, on the other side, Luo Wuqing and the Queen Mother are inside a room. Luo Wuqing sits in one place, handling official work. Standing before her, the Queen Mother says to Luo Wuqing, the patriarch isn't here, it's so boring. The Queen Mother leans against Luo Wuqing's table as she stands there. Then she turns around to see what Luo Wuqing is doing, and immediately turns back to her and asks, Luo Wuqing, do you miss him? Luo Wuqing calmly replies, I'm alright. The Queen Mother cups her cheeks with both hands and says to Luo Wuqing, are you sure you don't miss him? Don't you miss him at night? Hearing that, Luo Wuqing suddenly gets flustered and exclaims, you pervy woman. Seeing Luo Wuqing become agitated, the Queen Mother feels secretly delighted inside. She then says, is that so? I seem to remember what our Lady Empress was screaming that night. The moment she hears that, Luo Wuqing grabs the Queen Mother, pulls her in between her two melons, and says, shut your mouth. Then the Queen Mother asks Luo Wuqing, so, Wuqing, do you want to come along with me to look for the patriarch? Hearing that, Luo Wuqing asks, go look for him? After that, she tells the Queen Mother, you go ahead. I still have matters to handle here in the heavenly spirit domain. Hearing that, the Queen Mother happily says, hee, then I'll go find the patriarch myself. Luo Wuqing then mutters to herself, even though it's only been a few days since you left, it feels as if an eternity has passed. I know your ambition encompasses the entire world. To be able to fight by your side in the future, I must stabilize the heavenly demon cult as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, Ningtian's void vessel speeds through the sky. At the front of the void vessel, Ningtian stands with Princess Yueling and asks her, what's that down there? As he asks this, the void vessel carries them to their destination, and pointing at the huge city ahead, Princess Yueling says to Ningtian, Patriarch, below us is the gathering place of the human race within the Sky Dome domain, the largest city in the Chaos Imperial domain, Chaos Imperial City. Seeing this, Ningtian says, I didn't expect a single city to be even larger than the entire Heavenly Spirit domain. Then Princess Yueling tells Ningtian, in the Heavenly Spirit domain, every power has a ruler, but Chaos Imperial City is a free city-state, governed by no one. Hearing that, Ningtian asks in surprise, a free city-state? Has no one tried to claim it for themselves in all these thousands of years? Then Princess Yueling explains to Ningtian, the gods are watching from above. With the great experts of the human race keeping guard, who would dare harbor such thoughts? Ningtian replies to her, the sky stretches 10,000 miles without a single cloud, since when were there gods in the heavens? Not understanding what he means, Princess Yueling asks, what do you mean? Ningtian then says, I mean, since ancient times, above the heavens, there has only ever been the sky. At the same time, he thinks to himself, among the 9 domains, the Heavenly Spirit domain is inferior even to Chaos Imperial City, so why is it still considered one of the 9 domains? Does the Heavenly Spirit domain hide some kind of secret? Meanwhile, the people in the city see Ningtian's void vessel above them and exclaim in astonishment, what on earth is that? Is it a ship? A ship that can fly through the sky? That's so cool. It's way more stylish than those people riding pigs or flying on swords. It really is magnificent. How impressive. Which power does that ship belong to? At that very moment, Ningtian leaps down from his void vessel. Along with him, Nihongi, Princess Yueling, Yuqin, and Sister Tianxiang descend together. Seeing them, the people in the city begin saying, is that the ethereal sect? I've long heard that the ethereal sect is full of beauties and that their sect master is a peerless one. It seems the rumors are true. Who's that handsome fellow with all those beauties? Humph, if I were that handsome, I'd have plenty of beauties following me around too. After landing, Princess Yueling says to Ningtian, Patriarch, there is still one day until the Chaos Grand Assembly. Elder Tianfeng and I plan to look for a place to stay. Would you like to join us? Ningtian replies, no need. You two go ahead. Since this is a rare opportunity, I'll take a look around this so-called Chaos Imperial city. Nihongi then asks Princess Yueling and Yiqin, what about you two? Princess Yueling answers, I'll walk around with the Patriarch, and right after that Yiqin says, exactly. Since it's our first time here, I'd like to explore as well. After that, the two girls start going with Ningtian, and Princess Yueling says, alright then, we'll head out first. At that moment, Nihongi says to Sister Tianxiang, if you want the Patriarch to help your clan, I think it's best to speak up as soon as possible. After all, a great figure like the Patriarch might not stay here forever. Hearing all that, Sister Tianxiang falls completely silent and starts worrying to herself. Meanwhile, Ningtian, Princess Yueling, and Yiqin wander through Chaos Imperial City together, and then Yiqin says, wow, Chaos Imperial City is truly massive. There are so many resources here. As they roam through the city, a loud voice keeps echoing into their ears, step right up, don't miss out. A 10,000-year white jade flower is being given away for free. The moment she hears that, Yiqin immediately runs over, grabs Ningtian's arm, and calls out, Patriarch. Ningtian then says to Yiqin, let's go take a look. Hearing that, Yiqin jumps up in excitement and says, yay, Patriarch, you're the best. Then Ningtian and the others walk over and stand near that stall. Just then, one man storms away from there in frustration, stomping heavily as he says, damn it. Not only did I fail to get the white jade flower, I lost the 10,000-year flame fruit instead. Here, several people are standing in front of a stall, and on top of the table a white jade flower is placed. From among those people, one person speaks up, no money required, and no bartering needed. As long as you can defeat our 5 mountain sect, the 10,000-year white jade flower shall be yours. After hearing that, Princess Yueling says, as expected of Chaos Imperial City, it's a real melting pot. Even the street vendors are from famous sections. Ningtian then asks, the 5 mountain sect? Are they very powerful? Yiqin starts explaining to Ningtian, the 5 sect masters of the 5 mountain sect are all 8-star divine emperor realm experts, and each of them has mastered a type of Tao. They are extremely formidable. At that moment, one of those people calls out again, is there any other hero willing to try? Hearing that, Ningtian says with interest, this is getting interesting. Saying that, Ningtian steps forward toward them and declares, I'll do it. Seeing Ningtian step forward, the people there begin saying, so, someone actually has the courage to step forward. Look at those 5 on the other side, they're clearly ganging up on him, aren't they? He's quite handsome, but what a shame he's such a fool. Then a member of the 5 mountain sect speaks up, would this young fellow Taoist like to try his luck? I wonder if you have anything of value to wager? Ningtian replies, win against me, and you'll find out. Hearing that, everyone around is left stunned in surprise. The people of the 5 mountain sect glance at one another. Among them, one quietly says to another, this might not be in accordance with the rules. Ningtian then says, is the 5 mountain sect afraid I'll simply run away if I lose? Hearing that, the man laughs and says, ha ha ha, you're joking, friend. Then he gestures to the side and says, then please, give us some guidance. Ningtian tells them, to save time, all 5 of you should just come at me at once. Hearing that, all 5 of them begin stepping toward Ningtian. One of them clenches his fist and says, you're all talk, I see. Immediately after, the 2 in front move in together to attack Ningtian and shout, then don't blame us for bullying the weak. Seeing them rush at him like that, Ningtian smiles faintly, and in the blink of an eye he begins striking back, and as his attacks land, explosions start erupting one after another on the spot. Seeing all that, Princess Yueling says, it's over, it's over. This time, the 5 mountain sect master is going to stumble. Right after that, Yiqin says, exactly. After all, once the Grand Master makes a move, not a single blade of grass is left standing. He won't be the one losing out. After a while, When the dust finally clears, Ning Tian is seen standing atop a wall, saying, "Done and dusted." Down below, the 5 of them lie there completely injured, and seeing this, the people around cry out in shock. This kid is actually stronger than the 5 Mountain Sect Master? The 5 Mountain Sect Master is a 1-star Divine Emperor Realm expert. Is this kid's cultivation higher than the Divine Emperor Realm? Is he what they call playing the pig to eat the tiger? Right at that moment, a system notification pops up before Ning Tian. You shocked the 5 Mountain Sect merchant. You shocked the surrounding crowd. Spiritual energy cultivation plus 1000. After that, Ning Tian comes down to Princess Yueling and Yuqin and says, "Let's go." Princess Yueling replies, "Okay." Scene shift. At night inside a building, Ning Tian and Nihongi stand talking in front of Ning Tian's room, and Nihongi says to him, "The Chaos Grand Assembly officially begins tomorrow. Patriarch, please rest well tonight." "I'll come to escort you tomorrow," Ning Tian replies, "All right." After that, Ning Tian closes the door to his room. Once inside, he holds the white jade flower in his hand and thinks, "My alchemy Tao is currently stagnating at the level of perfect mastery. If I want to reach the pinnacle, I must challenge myself by refining higher grade pills. This 10,000-year immortal herb is a fine choice." Then he sits on his bed, activates the alchemy Tao, and begins preparing to make pills, pouring his golden energy into the cauldron. After that, he places the white jade flower into the cauldron and starts refining pills. At the same time, he thinks, refining a 10,000-year immortal herb requires much higher precision than I anticipated. One slight mistake and the cauldron will explode. After channeling his energy into the cauldron for a while, at the final moment Ning Tian shouts, "Condense for me." Right then, a system notification pops up before him. The host's alchemy is transcendent. You have broken through in the alchemy Tao and reached the pinnacle. From inside the cauldron, a golden pill emerges. Ning Tian takes the pill in his hand, looks at it, and says, "Phew, it's finally finished." At that exact moment, someone knocks on Ning Tian's door and says, "Patriarch, I have a request. Please let me in." Hearing that voice, Ning Tian thinks, "Tianxiang? What could she possibly be looking for me for in the middle of the night?" Then he gets up and opens the door, and when he does, he sees Sister Tianxiang standing silently in front of him. Seeing her like that, Ning Tian thinks, she's definitely come prepared. Ning Tian then tells Sister Tianxiang to come in, and she quietly steps into his room. After that, she clasps her hands and says to Ning Tian, "I want to beg you to help save my clan." Hearing that, Ning Tian asks Sister Tianxiang, "Why should I?" Hearing Ning Tian's words, Sister Tianxiang freezes in shock and falls silent. Then Ning Tian says to Sister Tianxiang, "I have never liked making losing deals. So if I help you, what do I receive in return?" Hearing that, Sister Tianxiang falls into deep thought. Ning Tian waves his hand and says to her, "I'm not interested in your story, whatever it may be. You should just go back, huh?" As he says this, Ning Tian looks at Sister Tianxiang and becomes completely stunned and flustered. Meanwhile, Sister Tianxiang stands completely naked in front of him and says, "Patriarch, I am a virgin and possess the moon fox body. If you cultivate with me, you can master the Tao of moonlight, and your strength will significantly increase." Hearing about the Tao of moonlight, Ning Tian asks thoughtfully, "The Tao of moonlight?" At the same time, he thinks, the Tao of moonlight, although it's similar to the moonlight spiritual energy I usually absorb, the effects are worlds apart. If I master the Tao of moonlight, I'll be much stronger when fighting under a moonlit night. In the very next moment, Ning Tian steps forward and wraps a blanket around Sister Tianxiang's naked body. Seeing that, Sister Tianxiang is completely stunned. With tears in her eyes, she looks at Ning Tian and says, "What? Am I not beautiful enough for you?" Ning Tian replies, "You have a great figure, but unfortunately, I'm simply not interested. Besides, you're not human, are you?"